What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Bryce, host of the Real Squad Pod.
And this your boy Al here, co-host of the Real Squad Pod.
And today we have a kind of somewhat unfortunate conversation to have as far as what's going on in Hollywood right now with the writers' strike and the Screen Actors Guild strike combining forces and just, the situation that they're going through. Wanted to share our piece on it because it's just, being movie connoisseurs and, movie enthusiasts, it's only right that we talk about this stuff because it's affecting everybody right now. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty sad actually when you think about how certain people of power can control so many other people's lives.
Yeah, it's legit scary. I don't know if like you said, like we're saying, like it's big news, but I don't know if everybody's seen it. But there was a exec out there because basically what's going on right now, the writers and the actors are not getting paid what they should be. And when we're saying actor, we're not necessarily talking about like the Will Smiths, the Denzels, the Christian Bales, you know what I mean?
The A-list guys.
Not the A-list guys, but they are all in support of all the actors. So when we say actors and actresses, it's all under the same umbrella. So we're talking about the little guy, the background actors, the guys that's used to fill in spaces like in the bank or a coffee shop, you know what I mean? Like all those people are paid actors that, try to make a living, acting, and you always got to start from somewhere. You don't come in being a Denzel, you know what I'm saying? You got to start small and work your way up.
Right.
So
Cuba Gooding Jr. started off in Coming to America, and he was in a barber chair.
Oh, facts.
That's how he started off.
So yeah, that could be technically like a he can be considered an extra at that point or whatever. Even Ben Affleck and Matt Damon got started off in background work. So we got all these legendary people who become legends, but they get started at the very small level. So that's why it's a big deal. It's not so much the huge actors, but those huge actors are in support of the smaller actors. So everybody is on the side together with the writers. So everybody's together on this. And it's crazy because you have the industry, or whatever you want to call it, Hollywood. You got these execs saying things like, well, let's just starve them out, basically.
Yeah, we're going to stall them out till people start losing houses and apartments.
That's crazy to say.
Yeah,
to even suggest
evil,
something like that or think it's pure evil, man. Yeah. So this is what these people are dealing with. And when you have writers, one of the big things right now is AI. And so you can be a writer to send in a script, and let's just say the studio wants you to do some rewrites. They won't necessarily ask you anymore. They'll just hand it over to AI to do these rewrites, which you will usually get paid for your rewrites. And it's just so many just different things that can go on with AI. I mean, it's incredible technology that we're developing right now, almost like Skynet in a way, because it's becoming it's already a mainstream thing. People are using AI for a lot of things, even writing full episodes. I know the intro to Secret Invasions is all CGI created. So like that's crazy. I'm like, a lot of people don't know that, but the intro to the Secret Invasions television show is a product of AI. So it's no telling how many times they probably already used this technology to write or correct certain writers' work and stuff like that. And then you have the big one where they're suggesting one of the offers that they made were using background artists or actors' likeness for eternity, like getting a scan of your face, paying you for one day's work. May that be $100 to maybe $300, but after that, your face, they have it and they can use it whenever they want until eternity. So you don't even have to return for work, and that will make it impossible for us to get those Matt Damons and Ben Afflecks and Cuba Gooding Jr.'s of the world, or anybody that started off from background work. It'd make it way more impossible for that to happen.
Yeah, it's just putting control further into the studio's hands. Just like with anything else, we find something that's amazing as far as AI and everything, and then we just overdo it.
It's too much,
Like,
bro.
it's just too much, bro. Like, how many movies have we seen where AI completely takes over and just like gives us like they just like The Matrix, Terminator, AI. It's all AI.
What's that movie? Wall-E. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
It's terrifying. Like, I know that was like an animated movie, but the concept is really scary. Like, we get to the point we get so lazy and let this stuff do the work for us. We're not even capable to take care of ourselves.
Exactly.
And so, and it's crazy because these studios get paid so much money. They make so much money, and they're not willing to break some checks, man.
Without actually even creating nothing. It's like you put the money out. I get it. Like everything. If the whole thing goes under, then you lose a lot of money. But if it doesn't, there's a lot of franchises that don't. Like we have Mission Impossible. But this is the 7th one. We have Fast and Furious. This is the 10th one.
Even the latest Star Wars movies, they made money. It's just like it just made less and less. Just because you made a few. Like you made $1 billion, but you know $1 billion some change, but now this one is $1 billion in little word change. It's still $1 billion, bro. Like it's crazy. Right. Like we see that it lost money, but at the end of the day, it still made them crazy buku bucks. You know what I mean? Right. Like these people are ridiculously paid, and they're numbers guys. So the fact it's like, to me, it just seems like, you know, the person that has the most money doesn't want to help the person that has nothing, like when they're actually working for it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's slave work almost. You know what I'm saying? Getting paid to do nothing, and it goes all the way to these the guys that work in CGI. Like we hear all the stories about, oh, this movie was crap because the CGI was like, Flash is a perfect example, and there's a viral video of a guy talking like, oh yeah, well I worked on that movie with the CGI. You thought it was bad? Oh well, yeah, because we were only given this certain amount of time to push this shit out, and that was it. And mind you, they're working this day and night, like no off days. Like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's super stressful. And you got other movies like James Cameron's Avatar that took about 10 years to make. It shows the difference. You can pit those movies side by side, and you can see the difference of what's a rush project compared to a project that took time and care. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Not necessarily saying you need 10 years to do something like that, but 10 years obviously made that shit immaculate. That movie did amazing numbers compared to what The Flash did. Well, it's like one of the biggest DC flops of all time.
Right. So yeah, with that being said, like he said, there was an actor, or my bad, one of the studio execs had said basically they're gonna try to starve him out, and we had a couple actors come out and say something about that.
Ron Perlman being one of the most prolific, probably, because he went on to even threaten that executive. I wouldn't say his life, but he threatened his house. You know what I'm saying? Like saying that there's plenty of ways you can lose your own house.
Yeah, which is like, I mean, it's understandable though, because like to say that you're going to just starve people out, and then also what he said earlier about using a likeness for eternity, like, and then so if they use your likeness for eternity, that means that studio owns your likeness. It's like when Prince had to change his name to the symbol because the music execs owned his name, so he can't even make music under Prince anymore. He has to go by the artist formerly known as Prince until he pressures them to release his name, so now he can start making music as Prince again. Same thing with Dave Chappelle with the Chappelle Show. They took his name, Chappelle Show, that's his literal name, and they took the name, and he had to pretty much pressure them and tell people to stop watching the Chappelle Show in order for him to be able to get paid for that.
Right.
So these execs are like taking people's likeness and just using it for all eternity. And I think in some contracts it say like throughout the universe or something, like, so even that we decide get to a different planet,
they're taking it too far. It's going too far.
Yeah, exactly. Like we can't even own, like, if you get to Mars somehow, you still owned by Warner Brothers or like something.
Yeah, so this is a suggestion that they put out there. Like I said, like nobody signed off on this, but that's pretty much like a slap in the face. Like we've been striking for about almost close to a month and a half, maybe close to 2 months now, and this is what you suggest. This is what you think we should do. Like, no, man. Like, we got to get these actors and writers paid, man. And
and people like, it's a couple people on like Twitter or whatever were saying like, oh, these guys are super rich anyways, movies suck nowadays. But it's not just affecting the top actors. We all know like in every industry there's the top people who get paid way more than everybody, but very seldom in any industry does the top actors or the top people stick with the lower people. Like in any other industry, like McDonald's executives aren't talking to the cashier, but these actors are sticking together. And people like, my sister is an actress, whatever you want to call it now, and it's affecting her. She's not like super famous, but she's in movies. She's been in a lot of movies, and this whole thing is like kind of slowing her livelihood down because she can't create anymore.
Nobody, she can't make a movie. It's a lot of movies that's been put on hold. You have like Deadpool 3, the new Mortal Kombat movie. I heard that I follow a channel, shout out Double Toasted, but there's a guy on there, Billy Brooks. His brother is the guy who plays Jax in the movie, and he was saying that just like right before the actors went on strike, they tried to get him to shoot all his fighting scenes within that day, just so they wouldn't be completely affected by it, like just to get it out the way. Like, that's crazy. That's how we get shit material, man. Like them rushing shit and not taking time and taking actual care. Like, when I heard that, I was kind of upset. Like, damn, I was actually looking forward to the new Mortal Kombat, and they over trying to force all the fight scenes within one day. That's ridiculous. It could have been like maybe one or two, but still, man, like, you want to, when it comes to these movies and creating these products of entertainment, it's always nice to know that people, took time and care and actual genuine work into it, instead of actually just trying to push something out there just to make a quick dollar.
Yeah, if you know anything about fight scenes, you know that they take a crazy amount of time. Like the choreography that it takes to put into a fight scene for everything to go perfectly without anybody getting injured is crazy. They have to shoot some of these scenes 40, 50 times, or they take weeks to actually get that one scene.
Learn the actual move you know what I'm saying? Like, it takes a long time to even train to learn this shit.
So if they doing this in one day, it's like, it's gonna be shit. Like, there's no, you know what I mean? There's no like way around it.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's just sad to hear, bro. And like that brings me back right back around to this AI situation. Like, how do we really feel about AI, and like how deep are we in it right now? Like, we've seen all the Terminators, you know what I mean? Like, it's like Al said earlier, all, the Matrix. We know what this, from science fiction, we know what it's capable of, and we're already there. Like, it's mainstream and it's already touching on these type of things. Like, we're literally letting this thing write movies and like, it's taking so many jobs away from people. And
bro, it was just a thing on Twitter. I just looked at one of the like execs for like, I think one of the social media groups or something, fired like 90% of his support team, because he said AI can do their job way better than them. But it should, at a certain point, it's just like manufacturing certain things. Like, certain things aren't going to be as good as when they're handmade. And are they going to be good? But it's just like, it takes the human element out of things, certain things.
Man, not even knowing, like I said, we got all our information, a lot of our information from science fiction movies. So at the end of the day, we have an idea of what AI is capable of. This shit can actually probably blow us out the water. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they can probably create some. I'll never forget that one movie, I, Robot, when the robot Sonny was like, oh, let me draw you something right quick of what I had a dream about. And he basically created a work of art, but he was just showing just what he saw in his dream. But like, how fast he did it was in a second, but like, it was beautiful art. So to them, or to the AI, it cannot, obviously, it's not about it being serious or not serious. It just is what it is. It's just, ones and zeros. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's calculating. Like, well, like, like you said, in all the movies we've seen, AI especially like the scarier movies, supposedly where AI takes over. The AI figures out that it doesn't need us.
Yeah. At the end of the day, like it becomes sentient and it starts thinking for itself.
They already got music completely written by AI. They have like, you could take somebody's voice and put it onto a whole nother song. And then just like,
and if you want to throw in AI art, like depending on what version of it you can have the most turned up AI when it creates art. You can make people do things, say things, whatever you want. And they already have, I think I seen it on Twitter as well. Somebody sent me a link of a AI generated debate between Biden and Trump. You know what I'm saying? It's saying most like roasting each other basically. It was it was crazy to see. Like you can kind of tell because it was like kind of like something like you watching something that was buffering. But I'm saying, but it was completely playing. Like if you couldn't tell the difference, you close your eyes, listen to this shit, you would think Joe Biden and Trump was roasting each other.
That's crazy.
Like and they got Michael Jackson singing masterpiece songs. You know what I mean? They got Frank Sinatra singing Lil Jon music.
So when is it going to get to the point where a person like me or you, who don't have the lawyers and everybody's eyes on them, and they gonna get us? Because I seen one thing, bro, where it was like this lady, she got a call on the cell phone, and it was like her mom or something said that she needed some money for something, and it turned out to be an AI. Like somebody programmed the AI to have her mom's voice, called her and said, put hella money into this account. She sent hella money into that account, and it turned out that it wasn't even her mom. Was like
that's a whole Black Mirror episode right there.
Yeah,
you know
bro.
What I'm saying? That's just the capabilities of this thing is ridiculous, dude.
Slow it down. Like
I mean, at this point, ain't no slowing. It's gonna be up to the creators, but at the end of the day, people are trying to, advance the civilization. You know what I'm saying? Being able to, because like I said, don't get it twisted. AI is an amazing thing, but just like with humans, we can always cat off and abuse something and take it too far. But we just need to have control, or before we lose control. You want to do any final thoughts on AI?
My final thoughts on AI are, we need to slow it down. The whole thing with this movie Oppenheimer coming up about the atomic bomb, that splitting of an atom was supposed to be to create unlimited energy, like how the sun creates energy, unlimited, and it turned into, now we bombing Japan. So like, slow it down. Let's get AI to where we fully understand the capabilities of it. I feel like writers, and this is another thing why writers are good as far as the SAG and the writers. So, like they can picture things in the future. They can take something and you can call it science fiction if you want, but it's turning out to be not fiction.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's all. Writers are, final thoughts as far as with the writers, they are genuinely good at what they do, and they love what they do. When you love, you have a passion for what you do, the material usually turns out great. And when you don't have anything holding you back, such as studios telling you to put this in there, put that in there, there's no telling the type of material we can get, such as The Matrix or The Terminator or Avatar, you name it, Interstellar. We get crazy movies out there that blow our minds, you know what I'm saying? Jurassic Park, like,
just movies without agendas. Like they write their movie, their story, and then the studio comes in and put their agendas. Like, oh no, you can't have this because we're trying to push this, or we're trying to push Coca. We gotta have Coca-Cola can right here.
We can't necessarily always blame that on the writers. A lot of these changes in movies having real life politics put into it usually aren't the writer's choice, but more so of what a studio might want, because they think that's what the people want when they necessarily don't actually listen to what the fans and audiences need. That's why we have, like, a lot of people are going back to the classics. You know what I'm saying? You can never recreate the Lord of the Rings. You can never recreate Star Wars with the mentality of what's going on right now. I mean, it's possible, but just how everything is set up is just not looking that way. And then you want to throw in AI in there. It's just, it's just a scary time to live in. So at the end of the day, I just hope that these actors and writers get paid their due diligence, and them and the studios can work something out, even though the studios are being completely disrespectful from my opinion. But hopefully they can work it out. We can get back on track with great films, you know what I'm saying? Even though we got Oppenheimer and Barbie, we just got Mission Impossible that dropped. So we still got some movies coming out, but a lot of shit is put on hold.
The Mentor.
Oh yeah, that's coming out pretty soon too. So hopefully that's a gem. But yeah, man. So just hope everybody gets their shit together. More so the industry, Hollywood, those big executives get their shit together and learn that everybody is important and everybody deserves a good livelihood. So those are our final thoughts, man. We didn't want to hold y'all too long, man. This is just another real quick podcast, and we wanted to discuss and share our thoughts on this crazy situation because we don't know what's going to happen next. So we just want to be on top of it and, show our support to the writers and the actors out there. Hopefully you guys get it done.
Say what side we on. We on the actors and writers side.
Facts.
Yeah.
So make sure y'all.
Don't want any scabs out there neither crossing the picket lines neither. Don't be trying to act in these movies to get your big break because the writers and stuff is on break.
Right.
Or protesting. I
mean. Shit might not even happen anyway. Shit.
Right.
But make sure you guys do that YouTube thing. Hit that thumbs up and hit that subscribe, and always hit that
notification bell,
so you know when we drop either a podcast or a movie review, man. Look forward to the podcasts though, because they're a lot of fun. Just having this back and forth conversation with you, bros. It's lit. So yeah, thank you for y'all support. Please subscribe. We will see y'all soon, man. We are out.
Peace.